Hey Lauren, thanks for asking this question. I love talking about strategies that support our kids' conceptual understanding, and this is one, the butterfly method, that I think really hinders our kids' understanding of fractions in general. So I'm going to explain this through comparison of these two fractions, and I'm going to start out with the butterfly. 7/8 and 3/4 is what I'm comparing. So using the butterfly method, I would multiply 4 times 7, and I get 28. And then multiply 3 times 8, and I get 24. And because I know that 28 is greater than 24, then I know that 7/8 is greater than 3/4. And what the kids end up doing is comparing these fractions as whole numbers. And even though we think that the kids understand that 7/8 is greater than 3/4, what really happens is that they only focus on these as whole numbers and think of them as whole numbers. And so they confuse fractions and whole numbers and never really get a full understanding of what it is that they're actually doing. So I'm going to do it also a different way over here, which shows exactly what it is that the kids are doing and why they need to know this. So here we have 7/8, and 7/8 we multiplied it by 4. So if we multiply by 4, what they're actually doing is multiplying 7/8 times 4/4 to get a common denominator, and they come up with 28 30-seconds. If they do the same thing with 3/4, they multiply by 8. So 3/4, so 3 times 8, 4 times 8, they come up with 3/4 times 8/8, and they get 24 30-seconds, where the 24 is what they see in the numerator. So what they're actually doing is comparing 28 30-seconds and 24 30-seconds. And they see that 28 30-seconds is greater than 24 30-seconds. But this is true because they are looking at the size of the fractions and not looking at whole numbers. And this helps the kids to determine conceptually that 28 30-seconds is greater than 24 30-seconds. This helps them to understand this conceptually. When we teach a trick without teaching students other strategies, they tend to focus only on that trick. And so they don't develop an understanding of what they're actually doing and know how to work smart when comparing fractions or using or calculating with fractions in general. So for this example, if we wanted to compare this, we didn't actually have to use the 30 seconds. We could have done eighths. And this is what it could have looked like if we teach kids conceptually what it is that they're doing. We could have made the fourths into eighths, and so just turn this into 6/8, and we still get the same result. But if we teach a trick, the kids have no idea that they can work smart and still get the same result. And it hurts students, especially when they get into upper grades and they're given fractions that look like this: -6/8. They're given positive fractions, 3/4. They're given mixed numbers. They're given improper fractions. They have no idea about the size of these fractions because we always focus on helping them to learn a trick to where they only focus on the whole numbers. But if we always focus on whole numbers and using tricks to help kids to be successful at that moment, then kids will not be successful in the long run, and they will always be confused on fractions for that reason. So thanks for this question. I hope that answered it.